and welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Sarah, or you can also call me Sarita, and I travel around the world. This year I spent 8 days in Saudi Arabia in the month of February. The temperature was super nice. Only since 2019 the country has been open to tourism. Before that date, they did not give tourist visas. The visas were only for religious or business reasons. Here are the details of my trip. I arrived in the capital city of Riyadh with 2 friends and we rented a car. On our first day, we visited the Kingdom Center to go to the Sky Bridge. The Sky Bridge is located on the 99th floor, where you can see the city. For dinner, we discovered the restaurant chain Õman, where we went several times on our trip. Good morning, so it's day 2 in Saudi and we're here at the Heat Cave. Those are my friends. So we're here at the Heat Cave, but I think we're the only one right now. That's good. We have the place for only us. Heat Cave is approximately 1 hour from the capital. On the highway, there are no indication of where it is exactly. We found it after asking some people on the way. Tourists like this place for the crystal clear water and its limestone formation. Another popular activity near Riyadh is Dune Biking. Prices vary from 20 to 40 Saudi riyals for an hour. There are several rental posts, so the price can be negotiated with them. By the way, this was my first time on a quad. I had a lot of fun. On the third day, 2 hours away from Riyadh, we went to the edge of the world. To my surprise, Saudi Arabia has Tim Hortons. Canadians will understand me on this one. To get there, you need a 4x4 car or a guided tour. The route was not clear because there's no signaling here either, so we followed the tracks of other cars and also asked the people we met along the way. Ancient Caravan route once passed through these grounds. The view is incredible. I think it was the most beautiful picnic I've ever had. The next day, we took the plane to the second holiest city in Islam, the city of Medina. Known as the Prophet's Mosque, it was built by himself. The tomb of Prophet Muhammad is in this mosque, and also the tombs of the first 2 caliphs, Abu Bakr and Umar. Important to know that non-Muslims are not allowed inside. For the dress code, as a tourist, you are not required to wear the hijab, except in religious sites, but tourist women must dress modestly at all times, covering their knees and shoulders. For the men, in religious sites, they also cannot show their shoulders or be in shorts. My friends didn't wear shorts also in public, so I think it's also part of the culture for the guys to cover their legs. These mosques are some of the oldest in the city, and it says that the Prophet Muhammad prayed here. In the morning, we left early for the city of Alula, which is a 3.5-hour drive. We visited 4 tourist places in 2 days. Yeah, I don't think I should. Yeah. Oh. Oh mon Dieu. Hello. It's important to know that for many places here, you have to go to the Winter Park Visitor Center to buy your ticket. We learned this by making the mistake of going to Agra first, 20 minutes from where you need to buy the ticket. It is also important to know that spaces are limited for certain sites, so it's best to reserve in advance. We visited the Shalal Cafe, which is located in the middle of the cliffs. Later for sunset, we went to the famous Elephant Rock. Entrance is free. It was one of my favorite places of the trip. We ate here, but it was fast food. There's also a cafe restaurant. On day 6, we started our morning in the old town of Alula. It's Alula?
Ulala.
Ulala. The site offers a guided tour, but at certain times. We were welcomed with a traditional Saudi coffee.
شكرا.
شكرا. By the 12th century, the town became an important settlement for travelers or pilgrims on the route between Damascus and Mecca. What surprised us was learning that only 40 years ago, people still lived here. The castle dates back to the 10th century. From here, you can admire the panorama. Next stop, the archaeological site of Agra, also known as Madain Saleh. To get here, you have to take the bus from the Winter Park Visitor Center.
Because Hijra was one of the most famous stations in the ancient trading route, and they lived here around 400 years.
This place is a testimony of the Nabatean civilization, the same civilization as Petra in Jordan. The Nabateans were nomads who lived in the desert. Between the 4th century BC and the 1st AD, they saw their splendor as merchant masters who controlled the incense and spice trade routes. They dominated the trade routes through Arabia and Jordan to the Mediterranean, Egypt, Syria, and Mesopotamia. Agra was the second most important city of the Nabatean people. It contains 111 tombs, and these tombs were only for the elite. Another place that people visit a lot is the mural building of Maraya, but we didn't go on this trip. We returned that night to Medina to catch a flight to Jeddah, the second largest city in the country. This is the historical center of the city, called Balad. Founded in the 7th century, it was an important port on the Red Sea for trade and for pilgrims coming to Mecca. Mecca is 1 hour drive away, but only Muslims can visit the holiest site in Islam. In the day, it looks empty, but in the afternoons, it fills with people. We tried to visit the floating mosque, but the access was closed because they were preparing for a Formula 1 event. Then we went to the shores of the Red Sea where the Jeddah sign is, and we walked for a little bit. After dinner, we bid farewell to Saudi Arabia by visiting King Fahad's fountain, which is 312 meters high. To see it, we went to the Al Hamra Corniche. This was my visit to Saudi Arabia. Until next time!